I was able to make this beautiful homemade sourdough bread using this kit. This has all the tools that you need to make your very own sourdough bread at home. 2 baskets. Look at how beautiful. I'm so proud of myself. I'm letting it cool down. It comes with this tool that has razors that you can put a razor at the end of it to basically make this decorative cuts on your bread, and also to make cuts because the bread needs to expand as you're baking it so it grows and it can grow. So it comes with that. It comes with this mixing tool. It's very, very nice. This large metal scraper, this plastic scraper. It comes with your jar, this mat that I'm using right here. The mat at the bottom. It comes with the jar that you use to make your very own starter, sourdough bread starter, which took for me 8 days. It's basically fermenting flour and water. So the very first day I put 1 spoonful, and it comes with a measuring spoons. I've used everything already, so everything's not in here, but I'll show you images of when I first opened that box. So to make my starter, on the first day, put 1 spoonful of flour and 1 spoonful of water. And I mixed it very well with the mixing tool that comes in here. And then the next day, you repeat the same process. The next day, the same process. And basically, it grows and it ferments. And it creates the yeast that you're using to make your sourdough bread. Today is day 4 of this creating the sourdough bread starter. You're supposed to ferment it, and you use this jar. Every day you add 1 spoon of flour. This is how I'm doing it. I looked at it online. Some people don't even measure, but I'm measuring just in case. 1 spoonful of flour, 1 spoonful of water, and then you stir it. So this is the 4th day I've done this. I'm gonna pour my flour in there, and I'm gonna measure the same amount of water. And I'm using this to stir. It's finally ready. You can see the little bubbles, and it's all the way to the top.
Just this.
So I'm going to try and make sourdough bread. I have made my sourdough bread starter. Today is the 8th day. It's all the way to the top. It has grown. To scrape flour from the sides. In the kit as well, we have razors that are used with this tool to open some cuts on top of the bread. This allows the bread to expand and rise better. So we're gonna use the razor to make openings on top of our bread. It also comes with this measuring mat. You could measure if your bread is expanding after a few hours. We also get this nice big scraper. It comes with everything that you need in another little basket. So I'm playing around with more dough. Because what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna wait all the hours. I'm gonna try to make one without waiting to see the difference. I'm just gonna go ahead and make one because I'm very impatient to make bread, to see how it turns out, and then I'm gonna follow all the instructions. Basically, I just watched some videos on how to make sourdough bread. You can go online and look up how to make your sourdough starter, and then how to make the bread. So I found lots of videos on how to make sourdough bread. I'm going to be using the razor to make some cuts on this sourdough It's nice, all the tools that you get with this. It might not have all the benefits. It might not rise very well. I just want to go ahead and make it. Let's see. I'm still going to fold it. But basically you can use the mat to measure. You can use this mat here to measure the size, and then after a few hours you set it on here again to see if it's expanding. So you use your razor tool to make cuts from one end of the bread to the other. Oh, that feels so satisfying. Like so. I've seen where people make little designs, like little indentations that looks almost like a leaf. So you could make little designs with this on your bread. Okay. And we are gonna put a little bit of flour on top of it for the crust, and then on the bottom so it doesn't stick. These baskets basically help the bread take that round shape, that oval shape, and it can expand and grow inside the basket here if you give it time. After you shape your bread, you let it sit for about 8 hours at room temperature and then 8 more hours or so in the refrigerator. I used this Dutch oven and covered it for 20 minutes in the oven and then 15 uncovered. So this is the first one, the one that I didn't let rise. We're gonna let it cool down. I can see that it kind of broke. It broke on the sides here. This bread, my husband wants to try it. You're supposed to let it cool down, but he wanted to try some as soon as it was made, so I already had a little piece of it. It's very crunchy and it tastes really good. All right, so this is the bread that I let sit in the refrigerator for the whole night. So this one sat in the refrigerator for the whole night. You can see the shape is more solid. It has a better shape in my opinion. So it was easier to cut and decorate. This one turned out a lot better. I made only one opening and some openings on the side. I felt like this one expanded a lot better. It didn't break in any places where I didn't want it to. So I highly recommend this kit. It has all the tools that you will need to make your own sourdough bread at home, or really regular bread.
Look at me, bunny. Bunny.